High-profile trials are often highly charged and emotionally charged events. The combination of high stakes, intense media scrutiny, and the weight of the law can cause people to behave in ways they might not otherwise. From celebrities to politicians, some of the most memorable courtroom outbursts have come from those on trial or their supporters. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at the wildest courtroom outbursts from high-profile trials. Yeah, you heard it right. O.J. Simpson trial. The trial of former football star O.J. Simpson, who is charged with the murder of his ex-wife and a friend of hers, is considered to be one of the most famous trials in the history of the United States. Simpson's trial was marked by multiple outbursts, one of which occurred when he was asked to try on a pair of gloves that had been discovered at the scene of the crime. He famously quipped, "If it doesn't fit, you must acquit." Ted Bundy trial. In the infamous serial killer Ted Bundy's trial, he acted as his own attorney. During the course of one of the hearings, he got up from his seat, confronted the judge, and began spewing profanities while generating a commotion in the courtroom. Martha Stewart trial. In 2004, Martha Stewart was charged with insider trading. Peter Bogdanovich, another defendant in the case, was ejected from the courtroom for yelling at a witness and interrupting the proceedings. Throughout the entirety of the trial, Stewart maintained her composure. However, she was ultimately convicted and given a sentence of 5 months in prison. Scott Peterson trial. Scott Peterson, who was convicted of murdering his pregnant wife Lacey and their unborn child, was one of the most highly publicized trials in history. Jackie Peterson, Peterson's mother, had a breakdown in the courtroom while her son's trial was going on. She started sobbing and yelling wildly. Saddam Hussein trial. In 2006, former Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein was on trial for crimes against humanity. During the course of the trial, he made a number of attempts to disorganize the proceedings by screaming at the judges and refusing to comply. At one point, he even hurled a sneaker at the judge in an attempt to get his attention. Casey Anthony trial. In the trial of Casey Anthony, who was accused of murdering her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee, emotions ran high. Cindy, Anthony's mother, had an outburst in the courtroom while the trial was going on. She yelled at a witness and caused a disturbance by doing so. Michael Jackson trial. In 2005, Michael Jackson was on trial for child molestation charges. Throughout the course of the trial, Jackson displayed a number of different outbursts, such as when he danced on top of an SUV in front of the courthouse and when he gave a speech on the steps of the courthouse. Harvey Weinstein trial. In 2020, former Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein was convicted of sexual assault and rape. Weinstein had multiple outbursts during the course of the trial, including one in which he yelled at the court and complained about the way he was being treated. Bill Cosby trial. In 2018, comedian Bill Cosby was convicted of sexual assault. During the trial, Cosby's publicist Andrew Wyatt had several outbursts in the courtroom, including when he called the prosecution a pack of wolves. Timothy McVeigh trial. In the trial of Timothy McVeigh, who was responsible for the Oklahoma City bombing, the victims' families had several outbursts in the courtroom, including shouting at McVeigh and causing disruptions. Jodi Arias trial. The trial of Jodi Arias, who was convicted of killing her ex-boyfriend, was known for its explosive moments. Arias herself had several outbursts, including when she shouted at the prosecutor and refused to answer questions. In conclusion, high-profile trials often bring out the worst in people. From celebrities to politicians, some of the most memorable courtroom outbursts have come from those on trial or their supporters. While these outbursts can be entertaining or shocking, they also highlight the emotional toll that trials can take on those involved. As the old saying goes, justice may be blind, but it is not always quiet.